Coming up, we'll be on location at Bowie Dental Wellness in Bowie, Maryland, discussing the benefits of dentistry and how they can help improve your dental health, your overall health, and give you the beautiful smile you've always desired with one of this region's top dentists, Dr. Eijah Holness. Dr. Holness received her DDS degree from the University of Maryland's Baltimore College of Dental Surgery, and Dr. Holness is widely recognized as one of this area's leading dentists. Welcome, Dr. Holness. It's a pleasure having you on our program.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege, an honor.
It's your first time, in fact, on the Top Doctors interviews.
Yes.
We have a lot to talk about. We have some patients we're going to be meeting with a bit later, but I wanted to begin, if I may, Dr. Holness, by having you please tell us about what some of the benefits of dentistry are.
What most patients would say, what I would agree, dentistry is important because your smile is one of the first things that people recognize about you and remember about you. And as such, it's so important to be able to be confident about that smile. Beyond that, dentistry is important because it's a part of total health.
So that's a great point. A lot of people don't realize that our dental health actually can affect our overall health.
Absolutely. There are so many things, and it seems like scientists are constantly coming up with other health conditions, diseases, that have been linked back to poor oral health. And my job is to get that message out to the public and to get patients to a state of dental health. So overall wellness is our goal, and dentistry is my small part of that.
Yes, indeed. And what are some of the more common dental problems that you're seeing in your patients, doctor?
Well, I would say at least 2 out of 3 patients have periodontal disease, which is gum disease. And it attacks the gums and the bone, which of course hold the teeth in place. It doesn't hurt, and so many people aren't even aware that they have it. But it's important to us that we check for it for each and every patient, and then we go about treating it so that our patients hold on to their teeth as long as possible.
Yes.
Many people don't realize that people with teeth live an average of 10 years longer than people without teeth.
That's interesting.
Yes, and they think it's just the loss of teeth is a part of getting old. It's not. It has nothing to do with aging. It has everything to do with periodontal disease. So if we can catch that early and treat it, then we can help you to have a healthy, happy smile, for as long as possible.
Yes, indeed. Now, you utilize a very unique approach to dentistry. You're not just your traditional general cosmetic dental practice. You utilize and incorporate a total wellness approach, holistic approach, if I may use that word, within your dental practice. Can you please elaborate a bit more about that?
Certainly. Again, our whole patients, their overall health is important to us. So when our patients come in, we check their blood pressure. Recognizing that not everyone goes to their physician regularly, but if they're here, they found their way here, some way, somehow, we want to check that and make sure everything's okay. We make recommendations as far as diet, things that can be done to improve upon other things, just even outside of dentistry. We have a lot of patients that are diabetics, and so we make recommendations as well as what can be done to improve that. There is definitely a link between oral disease and diabetes, as there is between gum disease and high blood pressure, hypertension, so many other things.
You really take that whole approach towards each patient.
Yes.
Not just looking at their dental needs, but kind of looking at the overall big picture with their overall health and how you can help them achieve and reach the optimal levels of both dental and or overall health.
Absolutely, absolutely. We try to foster prevention as much as possible. That means we want to get in front of the disease. So we don't wait till you have it. We let you know as much as possible how you can prevent these things from happening at the earliest signs or symptoms or even before then.
Yes, indeed. And now, what are some of the treatment options that you offer here? Because you have a beautiful, I walked in here and I felt like I was at a spa. It's beautiful. The colors on the walls are so soothing and tranquil and calm. You have state-of-the-art technology that you offer here for your patients' benefits. What are some of the treatments that you're really performing as far as some of the technology that you have here on the cosmetic side?
Well, one of the things that we do that patients may not be aware of is mini implants.
Oh.
Patients love them, as do I, because they're less costly, less invasive, less time consuming, and oftentimes less painful than conventional implants. And they serve the same purpose, to replace missing teeth.
Yes.
So when patients realize that there is this option, they're often overjoyed. Some of the other things we do, I'm a general dentist, so we do a little bit of everything.
Yes.
So from replacing teeth, getting them clean, fixing teeth that may be broken down or damaged, so we can do crowns and bridges, that sort of thing. Root canals to a limited degree. Basically anything that your regular general dentist would do.
And also, I understand you also see kids.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's people from all ages,
Yes.
from kids right on through
Right.
to older folks, and everyone in between.
Yes, as long as they have a tooth in there.
Yes.
And even if they don't, if you've already lost them all,
Yes.
yes,
You can help them.
yes.
Wonderful. And what type of results are you seeing in your patients from the treatments you offer?
From patients that comply, we see great results.
Yes.
We try to educate our patients the role that they have to play in their own oral health, because we realize as often as they may or may not be coming to us, really most of the oral care is done at home.
Yes.
And so it's really rewarding to see great results. You know, people come in when they're missing teeth, and then when all is said and done, we restore their mouth back to health and function.
And they have their confidence back, right? You see that
Absolutely.
beam again in them.
Absolutely.
We're now going to meet some patients of Bowie Dental Wellness and Dr. Holness. Welcome, Ruby. It's a pleasure having you on our program.
Thank you.
We always appreciate it when patients take time in their busy lives to come down and share some of their experiences with us. And on that note, I'd like to begin, if I may, Ruby, by having you please tell us what brought you to Bowie Dental Wellness and Dr. Holness.
Well, I had been searching for a new dentist for, unfortunately, maybe 3-4 years. And I saw an advertisement that was sent to my house by our promoter. So I came in, I made an appointment, came in February. And by the time she finished giving me my diagnosis as what she needed to do, I came to her every week from March 4 through June. Believe me, she gave me a smile.
All right.
And that in itself, and the health of my mouth, my body, was contributed. It improved, and I contribute a lot of that to the services that she extended to me.
So it sounds like when you first met with her during the initial consultation that you needed some work done with your teeth as far as getting a new smile and some other things. Is that basically what happened?
It was maintenance and the hygienic procedure itself. Yes, I needed a new smile because there were some rooters and tutors in there that she needed to use her expertise on.
Yes.
And I trusted her. Her mannerism, her approach to the entire process was so overwhelmingly calm. Then I'm not a calm person, but at the same time, I have a high respect for her skills. I don't want to tell her that all the time, but it's to the point that my husband, who had not been to the dentist in years, I brought him here. He has since then had some serious surgery on his gums, and he praises her. Although she had to refer him someplace else, he praises her, and we don't give out that praise.
Yes, indeed. Somebody really has to do a great job for you to compliment them, which says a lot about your experience here.
Yes, and to see the children that come through here. You don't hear them screaming and yelling back there, and I know I was a child when I came in here, and that her patience and the fact that she allowed me to be me, and she has all these things in my mouth and I'm asking questions and she's like, okay, Ruby, what? So I feel that I'm blessed
Yes.
to be in the presence of someone with that kind of a skill,
Yes.
because that's a skill and everyone doesn't have it.
Yes, indeed. You told me off camera before we began your interview that you have been looking for a dentist for several years. I know you mentioned at the beginning of the interview for 3 or 4, but you told me off camera, even beyond that, you weren't happy with your previous dentist.
No.
So you really have found a dental home here with Dr.
With a
Holness.
bedside manner that's very comforting. That in itself. Because by the time you finish putting those little ornaments in your mouth, that person doing it has to calm me so that I can say, and then she said, okay, Ruby, I'll see you next week. Well, I'll see you. It was just her entire approach to allowing me to be Ruby.
Yes.
And to never feel it when I get home. We're talking a couple extractions and the whole bit, but to not experience pain,
Yes.
that's phenomenal.
It is.
So it made me keep all of my appointments.
Well,
From March 4 through June, I kept every weekly appointment. And I'm happy now.
yes, absolutely. You look happy. You're
Thank you.
beaming.
Thank you.
And before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to add, Ruby?
I think that as far as Black Americans, we are terrified of dentists. And I've had the great pleasure of being in her hands. So I'm sharing that. And the importance of having our dental attention contributes to all the other parts of the body. And to convince my husband, I think that a lot more people need to be aware there are some dentists out here, and her especially, that can extend to them the services that they need and basically squash that fear
Yes.
and improve their health, because there are many ailments that we as people overall are experiencing, regardless of what ethnic group we come from, that are experiencing health issues.
Yes.
And that mouth is the beginning.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know, there's a lot of folks, by the way, that have a big fear of going to the dentist, just like yourself and your husband. And on that note, Ruby, I'd like to thank you for joining us, being a guest on our program, and sharing some of your experiences.
Thank you.
Welcome, Shalonda. It's a pleasure having you on our program as well.
It's very nice to be here.
Now, I wanted to begin by asking you, Shalonda, if you can please tell us what dental problem or problems were you having that brought you to Dr. Holness?
Yes, I had some cavities that needed to be removed.
Oh, okay. And you also wanted to get some crowns, you
and
mentioned?
some crowns as well, yes.
All right. So what happened? You came here, you did the initial consult,
I did.
and can you tell us the process?
Yeah, and from the first time that I walked in, and I just felt a very warm and welcoming atmosphere. And just one of the things that really impressed me was just their knowledge of what they were doing and how well they articulated an action plan for me. And they explained to me what they were going to do and why. And so it really made me feel comfortable and really involved in my own dental care.
Yes, indeed. So then you came back for the work to have be done?
I did. And they were very patient and very informative, again, as to what they were going to do and why, and about how long it was going to take. So I was very comfortable.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. And how do you like the results?
I love it. I love the results. And yeah, it's a drastic difference from when I came to where I ended up.
So the cavities are gone. The crowns are in place. You've got that beautiful smile. I can see it.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And is there anything else you'd like to add before we let you go, Shalonda?
Yes, and if anybody is looking for an atmosphere of warm, welcoming people with a dentist and staff that's very knowledgeable, Bowie Dental Wellness is the place for them to come.
Well, on that note, we'd like to thank you as well for joining us and being a guest on our program. It was our pleasure having you on.
It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Welcome, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming down, and I wanted to begin by asking you, Daniel, if you can please tell us how you heard about Bowie Dental Wellness and Dr. Holness, and what brought you here?
Great. I live in the neighborhood, so I was walking, taking a nice walk with my kids, and we saw this new practice open up. So actually, they were closed, and I knocked on the door because I saw some activity out here, and I came and I met with her, and just the warmth. First initial meeting with my kids, she was just so warm and friendly. We said, well, check her out. So
then that's what brought you
that's
here.
what brought us here. So I was here at the beginning, and I've just seen how this place has developed, and she's developed friendships in the community. My kids come here, they love it. My daughter is in boarding school all the way in Virginia, but she still insists on coming here to get care.
That says a lot.
Oh yes,
And
definitely.
you just made a great point, because that's one that a lot of other parents watching don't realize, or actually I should say do see happen quite often, is that their kids, when they tell them they have a dental appointment, a lot of times don't want to go.
Yes.
So in this case, they actually, by your kids wanting to come to see Dr. Holness, that says a lot right there.
Oh, absolutely. My son, who, boys don't like to even get their teeth, brush their teeth, let alone go see a dentist.
Yeah.
But my son loves coming here, and they engage in useful conversation with the staff and with Dr. Holness. So they just developed that relationship that keeps growing and growing. It makes it easier. The whole experience coming here is great. So,
and I'm glad that your
excellent.
daughter, who's in boarding school in Virginia, insists on when she needs some dental work, she's coming here.
She's coming here. She goes nowhere else.
Yes,
So
and you've
good.
also, I take it, had some work done here by Dr. Holness?
Absolutely. And one thing about me, I am forgetful, and I'm one of those patients who you have to call so many times to come. And they are so nice. They call me, they send me reminders, and they use technology so well to keep patients informed and keep you on schedule when you have appointments here. So that's excellent.
And they've accommodated you with any appointments that were like last minute that you needed to see them, or for your kids or yourself? Have you had that experience?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, my daughter's in boarding school, so they accommodate her when she comes home. We set up appointments, and they always try and work with us to make sure that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm also very busy. I move around a lot. I travel a lot. So they work around my schedule, and it works out great for us. I mean, we just love them, and they're just like family. The main thing is, when you're dealing with a doctor, you want to have that experience and that comfort level working with them.
Yeah.
Not just the doctor, but his staff. It's just it's just good. We've had a great experience here.
Well, that says it all right there, Daniel. It really does. And I want to thank you as well for sharing some of you and your family's experiences here.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate you coming on and being a guest in our program.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're now back with Dr. Holness. I must say, Dr. Holness, the patients love you and your staff here. You offer such calm, soothing environment for them from what they've told us. They're really comfortable coming here, and I think that's very powerful because, as you know, better than anybody, being a dentist, one of the biggest fears we have is the fear of going to a dentist. The anxiety levels skyrocket when we have a dental appointment, and to hear the patients talk about how much they look forward to coming here, to seeing you, their kids as well, and how much, in fact, in Daniel's case, his daughter goes to boarding school in Virginia, and we know there's plenty of dentists around her boarding school, I'm sure, right near there, but yet she insists that whenever she needs some dental work, she comes back here to see you.
Yes, one of the things that was important to me is to create an environment that was welcoming, that was warm, that I feel comfortable coming to every day, and that's as relaxing as possible. Because just like you said, the dental office is not most people's favorite place to be. And so while they're here, I want them to feel welcome. I want them to look forward to returning so that they're motivated to get their treatment done. Yeah. And I genuinely look forward to seeing them as well.
Yes, and in Ruby's case, she said she came every week, literally from March through June, almost 4 or 5 months there in a row, and wouldn't miss an appointment, and even has her husband, who hates going to a dentist, hadn't been in years, even came to see you.
Yes, he checked her out first.
Yes.
Saw how her time went, and eventually, I guess she made a believer out of him.
Yes.
So
indeed.
we're really grateful, and that's my goal ultimately. There are lots of people, more people like him out there than you would know or imagine, but everyone needs oral care.
Yes.
And I hope to, be able to do my small part to help as many of those as possible.
Well, you certainly are doing a great job in this community. And before we let you go, because we're literally out of time, Dr. Holness, I just wanted to ask you and your practice, Bowie Dental Wellness here in the Bowie-Mitchellville region of Maryland, have really established a fine reputation for excellence, not only in dental care, but patient care. And I love your unique approach of utilizing the wellness component into dental work and into your dental practice to really offer each and every one of your patients, the whole approach to helping them achieve optimal health. I just wanted to ask you what you feel helps separate you and your practice apart from the others.
I truly love my patients. I look forward to seeing them from day to day, from week to week, from month to month. And it's important to me to be able to establish relationships with them. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of them, to getting to know about them outside of this office.
Yes.
Beyond being a set of teeth. What do they do? What are their likes and dislikes? What do they do for a living? What makes them tick? What motivates them?
Yes.
And getting to know them. And I really do. When I don't see one of them for a while, I wonder what's going on. And I think that what sets us apart is the fact that we strive for that relationship with our patients.
Yes.
It goes just beyond, working on their teeth. I look forward to seeing them.
And I think that's very obvious from the patients we spoke to today as just one of many examples. And on that note, we'd like to thank you, Dr. Holness, for joining us, being a guest on our program. We'd love to have you back on in the future.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much for featuring.
It was our pleasure.